Hello everyone and welcome to the Mortuary. I am the Mortician, and today I have a review on the Crosley USB turntable, specifically the model CR6017B-MA. Beautiful name, guys. Really put a lot of thought into that one. So let's go right into the features and whatnot, and then I'll give my opinion. So we have an on and off button. We have this is aux, aux, headphones, a radio tuner, the internal speaker. Then we have a switcher between phono, AM, FM, aux, and then of course a volume knob. Going to the back here, we have the USB. I believe that's a 3.0, then RCA. This, I believe, switches between internal and external speakers. Then we have single wire speakers, so you can actually just plug speakers straight into this. And it runs off 9 volts, a 9-volt AC adapter. The needle is an MP6, just like the other one. So yeah. Next, speaking of the needle, we have same pretty much construction, plastic. There's the needle. We have the lever, which once again I talked the last one. You can raise and lower the needle using that lever, which is pretty sweet. This one is also a 3-speed. It plays 33, 45, and 78s, and also has auto stop. So, yeah. The only real difference between the actual vinyl player stuff is that it comes with a felt pad. Everything else is pretty much the same. Now, first thing I wanted to talk about is replacing the needle. The reason that's the first thing I want to talk about is because I talked about it briefly in my last video, but this I can actually show you what I mean by the needle is drooping, because yes, you have to get a small flat object to wedge between the head case and the needle in order to detach the needle and replace it. So what ends up happening is once you do that and put the new needle on, it droops. It will never be that same tightness again, which is absolutely disgusting. And yes, this is a Crosley needle bought straight from the manufacturer themselves, so there should be no problems here. But it's just such a shitty needle that it's just a shitty record player that it wouldn't have held up in either way. It does still play records, but it sounds eh. Now the internal speakers. The internal speakers sound bad. I don't like them. The sound quality of this one as opposed to the Cruiser, remember how I was talking about the Cruiser sounds, it sounds clear but lacks bass. Well, this has bass but has absolutely like no clarity. Every time I've used this record player, it sounds like I put a blanket over my speaker system, which is absolutely terrible. And when I actually bought it and brought it home, it skipped on black records. Just the black records. My clear records, they worked fine. My blue records, they worked fine. Every record worked fine, but the black records, and I had no idea why. And when I took this over to my friend's house, he played a bunch of his vinyls, and he found the same problem. So this one is dubbed the racist vinyl player, because before the needle swap, it wouldn't play black records. You would actually have to put a penny on the head of the needle in order to get it to play black records, which is absolutely disgusting. And which is really weird as well, not just disgusting but weird, because like apparently the weight of the head is like 5 grams. Like the weight of the needle on the thing is like 5 grams, and you can't adjust that. So it's already pretty heavy, but it needs a penny on top of that supposed 5 grams in order to play black vinyls. The vinyls also do stick out about this much. which is, once again, I hate that. I think that's absolutely disgusting, the fact that you can't even have the vinyl on the whole player. Even when it comes with a cover, because like on my Audio-Technica, you can put the cover down while you're playing a vinyl, but on this one you can't. So that's awful. Then we have the problem with the USB recordings. If the record player sounds bad, the recordings are going to sound bad. And yeah, they sound bad. So there's no point in purchasing this to rip your vinyls, especially when you can just, if you have a vinyl player with a headphone jack, just stick a aux cord into the headphone jack and plug it into the microphone jack in your computer, and you can rip any vinyl you want. It seems really, it might seem really ghetto, but it works. And that's more than I could say about this one. So, meh. So, what do I give this record player? I gave the Crosley Cruiser a 2. I'm gonna have to give this one 3, simply because even with all the problems it has, with the record sticking halfway off and the shitty sound quality, at least the least I can say about it is that it just functions. Barely functions, but at least it functions. It doesn't skate across my records, but I wouldn't recommend this to anyone. Once again, in my opinion, I think I paid $70 for this. Just pay the extra $25 or whatever and get yourself an Audio-Technica LP60. That's how I feel. So, thank you guys for watching. Have you used this record player? If you have, tell me about it. Mortician, peace out.